Hey guys, today we're going over the YLOC 3rd grade worksheet for lesson 9. So let's look at problem number 1 here. So for these problems, we're going to have to write the time using AM or PM. AM is the time before 12, and PM is the time including 12 and after 12, or in the noon. So you could think of AM AM as the morning and PM at nighttime. So go to bed at 8:45. So people usually go to bed at night time, so it'd be PM, because you wouldn't go to bed that early in the morning because you have to wake up and go to school and things like that. So number 2 says school end. School end probably at PM, afternoon, because you wake up in the morning to go to school and you get out of school later on after the noon. Eat dinner would be PM, because you would eat dinner later at night, and if you ate at 6:15, that would be breakfast, or if it would be AM, then that would be breakfast. Sunrises at 5:30, that would be AM, because in the morning that's when the sun rises. So moon shines down at nighttime, so 10:15 PM. Do homework. So do homework, you probably do homework after you get back from school, and when school ends at PM, then it would be after PM, so it's just PM as well. Eat breakfast, you would eat breakfast early in the morning when you wake up, so since it's the morning, it would be AM. School also starts in the morning, not later at night, so it would be AM, because when you wake up in the morning and you go to school. Recess, it wouldn't make sense if it was PM, because you wouldn't be at school at 10 at night, which is when people usually are back home and either they sleep or do other work. So it'd be AM in the morning. And eat lunch at 12, so since it's 12, or since it's noon, it's going to be PM. So you eat lunch at noon, and noon is PM. So for these problems, we're going to have to classify these triangles through checking the relevant boxes. So let's look at this first triangle. We have to see if it's equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. Equilateral is when all the sides are the same. Isosceles are when 2 of the sides are the same length, and scalene is when they're all different. So we have 4, 5, and 3. Since all the side lengths are different, this can be scalene. Now we have to see if it's right, acute, or obtuse. So right is when there's an angle of 90 degrees, like a box, like an L. Acute when there's an angle less than 90 degrees, or when the angles are less than 90 degrees. And obtuse is if there's an angle that's greater than 90 degrees. So as you can see here, here's the L shape, 90 degrees, so it'd be a right angle triangle. So for the second triangle, we have 8, 8, and 5 as the lengths, and since it has 2 8s, which are the same, it's an isosceles triangle. And all the angles are less than 90, so it's going to be an acute triangle. So now for the next triangle, we have 6, 7, and 8. All the side lengths are different, so it's scalene. And none of the angles are greater than 90, so it'll also be an acute triangle. So the next triangle, we have 4, 4, and 4. All the side lengths are the same, so it'd be equilateral. And since all the side lengths are the same, all the angles are the same, and they're all less than 90, so it'd be acute. And for the last triangle, we have 6, 8, and 4. All the side lengths are different, so it's scalene. But it has one big angle here greater than 90 degrees, so it'd actually be an obtuse triangle. Let's move on to the third page. So we have 1/4 equals how many nickels? So 1/4 is 25 cents. And 1 nickel is 5 cents. So we need to see how many nickels are in 25 quarters. So what we're going to do is divide them, 25 divided by 5, and no 5 can go into 2, but 5 5s can go into 25. So it's going to be 5 nickels. So 1 penny is 1 cent for 2, and 1 nickel we know is 5 cents. So we have to see 5 pennies equals how many nickels. So what it basically is just 5 times 1, since we have 5 pennies, which is 5 cents, and 1 nickel already equals 5 cents. So it's just 1 nickel. For number 3, we have 1 dime equals how many nickels? So 1 dime equals 10 cents, and we know that nickels equals 5 cents. And so now, like in problem number 1, we're going to divide the dimes by nickels and see how many nickels are in a dime. So 5 can't go into 1, but it can go into 10 twice. Just like that. And so it's 2 nickels. We could go over number 4. We know that 1 dime is 10 cents and 1 nickel is 5 cents. So we have 3 dimes equals how many nickels? So first we're going to find out how much 3 dimes cost by doing 10 times 3, since we have each dime is 10 cents and we have 3 dimes. So it's 30 cents. And then we need to find how many nickels are in 30 cents. So we have 30 divided by 5 because each nickel costs 5 cents. And 6 5s go into 30, and 5 times 6 equals 30. So 30 minus 30, which is 0. So it's 6 nickels. Let's move on to the last page word problems. So it says Taylor has $1 bill, one $1 bill, 5 quarters, 2 dimes, and 2 nickels. Using exact change, what is a possible way to pay for a goldfish that costs $1.35 using the least number of coins? So we need to pay for a goldfish that costs $1.35 using these money amounts. So first, we can use a dollar, since we have a dollar here, the dollars place. So $1.35 minus $1. That equals 35 cents. And 1 quarter equals 25 cents. And 35 is greater than 25, so we know we can subtract them. And that equals 10 cents. And we know a dime equals 10 cents too exactly. So we could do 10 minus 10 with our leftover minus the dime. 0 minus 0 is 0, and minus 1 is 0. And so we just get an answer of 0 here. So what we used was one $1 bill, 1 quarter, and 1 dime. Let's look at our last problem here. It says Jessica buys rocks for a fish tank for 65 cents. She pays with a $1 bill. The clerk has run out of quarters. What is the least number of coins Jessica can get? List the coins. So first we're going to find out her change. So it's $1 minus 65 cents. 0 minus 5, we can't do that. We can't do 0 minus 6, so we're going to have to borrow from the 1, change it to 0. Change the 0 to 10, but we still need to borrow it, so we're going to change it to 9. Change the 0 to 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 6 is 3. So she needs to pay her 35 cents. But we can't use quarters, so the second largest coin is the dime at 10 cents. And we can put 3 dimes can go into 35 cents. That's 30 cents. So we have 5 minus 0 is 5, 3 minus 3 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. So she still needs to pay 5 cents. So we use 3 dimes, and there's nickels for 5 cents. So we can just do 0.05 minus 1 nickel equals 0. So exactly 0, and we use 1 nickel. So she used 3 dimes and 1 nickel. And that'll be it for today's worksheet.